Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train. In today's video, I'm making miniature banana bread loaves that you can use for holiday gifts or even for bake sales. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love baking, especially during the holidays. Sometimes I will give out huge tins of cookies to my family members. Sometimes, or in the past, I have been part of like bake sales. So I've made like scones and miniature loaves and muffins and things. It's just a lot of fun to make. And today I'm going to show you how I use my typical banana bread recipe and turn them into miniature loaves that I can give out as gifts. So I'm going to show you the full recipe, show you how long to bake it and everything, and I'm going to show you how I wrap them and package them to look nice for the holidays. I'm going to have the recipe linked down below, as well as some other things to help you out as well. So how about I show you all the ingredients and then we'll get started. So the recipe I am using is for a Greek yogurt banana bread. This is full of protein, full of fiber thanks to the bananas and the whole wheat flour. It is my go-to recipe. So I've got all the ingredients right here, and again, the recipe is linked in the description so you can get all the exact measurements from there. And then I have my miniature loaf pan. So this makes 8 miniature loaves, which means I can take my one recipe, since it technically makes 8 slices, and I can put the mixture in here and then bake it. So I'm going to show you like how to calculate the timing and everything, but for now, let's get this banana bread dough ready. So typically, I would use bananas that are a little bit more browned. I have this habit of buying a ton of bananas and then not eating them, and then they get super brown and I forget to do anything with them and they get too brown to actually do anything with. Well, this time around I bought the bananas and I just don't have the time to wait long enough for them to get super brown. So the banana bread may not be as sweet, which is okay. So yeah, typically you would use bananas that look a little bit more brown. Now there is no oil in this recipe. I'm using Greek yogurt and applesauce, so it does lower the amount of calories, which if that's what you're looking to do, that is a nice feature. But also the addition of the Greek yogurt also gives a lot more protein in here, which helps keep you full longer. Once we mix together all the wet ingredients, we will add the dry ingredients. So that pretty much makes this a one bowl recipe. Makes this nice and easy cleanup. And this part is optional, but I love adding chocolate to pretty much everything, so I'm going to add in a little bit of chocolate chips. Now at this point, you would add the entire bowl to a regular like 8 by 4 inch loaf pan and then bake it from there. But since we are using the miniature loaf pan, we need to put it in separate containers. That's what I'm trying to say. I found that a half cup will fit perfectly in here. Like, it doesn't have to be exact, but I've just found that using a half cup kind of helps. That was just about perfect. So when you are making miniature loaves, typically I will have the amount of time needed to bake. So for example, the regular loaf here takes like 50 to 55 minutes. I would usually cut it in half. So I'm gonna do 25 to 30 minutes. Usually I find that that is enough time. So I'm gonna start with 25 minutes and then we'll go from there. While those are in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and print out my gift tags. So I made these on Canva, so I'm going to print them out and then punch a hole in it and then attach it to the gift bags. They're so much fun to make. They were 9 to a sheet, so I printed it out on just regular printer paper. You can also use cardstock instead, but I am using some cardstock here in a second. So after cutting them out, I grabbed some cardstock. So I went to Hobby Lobby a while ago and bought like this book of square shaped like floral cardstock, I guess. So after I cut out all of the tags, I traced this tag on the back of the cardstock. And then I cut all of those out and I'm going to attach them to the back of the tags. This is not necessary, completely optional, but I found that it created a very nice like decorative structure to this. Now, I'm not a very crafty person, but this is totally doable even for somebody like me. I actually took a lot of Allison's arts and craft supplies, used her glue sticks to glue the backing onto the tag just like that. I also used her yarn, so thankfully she's a good sport. Now this is where the hole punch comes in. All I have is a 3-hole punch, so it's really hard to exactly see where to punch the holes, but it worked. It works. Okay, here's how they look after 25 minutes. They look kind of brown on top, which is good. Let's stick a toothpick in here. All right, so these guys are done. So it looks like 25 minutes is the perfect time for these. Let me give them a couple of minutes to just sit here and then we'll put them on a cooling rack for them to cool completely. So now we get to wrap the mini loaves. I bought this at Meijer. These are just like regular treat bags. So they're clear with the gingerbread design on it. They also have the little twist ties as well. So what I'm gonna do is put each of the loaves in its own little bag. I will tie it shut with this. And then I have my tags here. I also have some yarn that I will just tie this to the end of the bag, and then we'll have our gifts. I'll tell you what, these things were so much fun to make, and I will definitely be doing this in the future for different holiday gatherings and maybe even some bake sales if I have any in the future. So in the link below in the description, I have a link to my shop which has these gift tags in it. So what you get with this is you're going to get each of these gift tags. There's going to be 2 different PDFs, one of which has the space for the name, and then one of which does not have the made by on it, completely blank, so you don't have to put your name on it. I also have the recipe for this banana bread and how to make them into miniature loaves. And I also have instructions on how to package them and where you can find everything. So I hope you found this just as much fun as I did. I'm gonna have a lot of fun making more in the future, eating them, and then giving them out to others. Hey, make sure you share this video with somebody that you think would benefit from this and who would really enjoy making these. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.